Hi everyone, I'm Ben, and it gives me great pleasure to bring you another tutorial from Boring Crypto. All of my tutorials at the moment are all centered around Lumenswap and the Stellar Ledger. I want to make it really super simple and frictionless for you to be able to bring assets into Stellar and then to be utilizing the different Web3 wallets, the different dApps, predominantly Lumenswap, so that you can leverage the benefits and the incentives and so on. So if you haven't already watched it, head across and watch the setting up a Rabet Wallet on Chrome or Brave video that I've already done. If you've watched that one, then you're set for this one. Disclaimer, everything you're going to see whenever I talk about kind of investments or, different tokens and assets, it's only for information purposes only. All of this is purely entertainment. It is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just an active student in crypto and blockchain. I like to show people what I found, okay? So we've set up the Rabet Wallet. The Rabet Wallet is now set on our browser, just off the screen actually, but it's just set on our bar of extensions that we've got on our Brave or our Chrome browser. So I'm just going to click the little rabbit icon and it's going to bring up the wallet. It will ask us to put in a password sometimes to open it if we haven't been on it for some time, but this one's just open. Right. Now, where I left you in the first video was we hadn't populated the wallet, we hadn't sent any funds in, we hadn't created that trust line. Remember, the wallet won't want to operate. You will get glitches unless the trust line is set up. And the easiest way for me to kind of describe this to you, people might pick faults in what I'm about to say, but to create a trust line, it needs to be a live wallet with funds in it connected to the Stellar Ledger, i.e. the Stellar blockchain. If it has been set up, i.e. you've gone through your password and your key phrase, etc., but you haven't got any funds in it, it's still not an active trust line. So what I've done here is I just sent 10 XLM into this wallet. And the other thing that I did after I had done that was I set up a custom token, right here, and you can see it's LSP. But what I'm going to do for this tutorial, I'm going to add another custom token so you can see how I did that, so that you can see how to add LSP in there as well when you have populated, when you have sent some funds in. We can send our XLM in here via our Lobster wallet, via a centralized exchange, via Freighter using Stellar Term, however you want to go about it, but you need to send some XLM in, else nothing will work properly. You'll just get glitches. So what we do is we just take and we copy that address and we go to one of the aforementioned wallets, platforms, and then we send some of the XLM balance that we've got into this one. It will need to keep a live balance. Some of these wallets are just 3, some are 5. I would always just keep 5. And then you go on the safe side. Otherwise, again, you might get some glitches. So 5 XLM is only just over $1 just to keep that trust line live, okay? Right, so when we've sent it into this address, it will populate here for us inside the wallet. Right, happy days. Should we wish to send from here, then it's a little bit different. A lot of wallets say send and receive. This one says operation, but it's the same thing. So we can send, we can put our address in here, we can put the amount of XLM or other assets, LSP there, that we want to send, memo if it's necessary, and at the bottom you'll see send. Easy peasy, done. What we are going to do is we are going to add ourselves a custom asset. So we're going to click onto the add asset, custom asset, and then you can see you can either search an asset here, so maybe we can add USDC, and then it finds it, look, this one, so we can add that one that way. Send into network. It's going to cost us a little bit, just 100 stroops, that's 100,000th of a cent to add that in because it needs to interact with the ledger. So now you can see we've also got USDC added to our wallet. We haven't got a balance, but we've got it there showing. A lot of people, when they send funds into wallets and they haven't added the custom token, panic thinking, where's my tokens? You know, like, well, they've lost, they've gone, the blockchain's eaten them. No, it's just the fact you haven't added the token in there. We can always check our token balances on the Block Explorer, remember that. So we're going to whistle over to the Block Explorer and we're going to go about it a slightly different way. We're going to add an asset and we're going to add a custom asset, just so you know how you can add the LSP token, right? So this is the LSP token. We have to be careful, guys, because there are fraudsters out there. And this here is the asset issuer. Yeah, this code that you can see, this sequence of numbers and letters, this is the one that we want. We need to double check that. You can see here there's over 2,080 active trust lines, yeah? Assets issued by this account. There we go, the trust lines. So we can see this is the one that we want, but we need to check. We need to look at all of the different information to ensure that this is the right one. I'm perfectly happy that it is, yeah? But I've already been through the page. You need to double check it's the one that's Golf Alpha Bravo 7 at the start, finishing with 24 Whiskey Kilo at the end, and you know you are in the right area. I'm just going to copy that again. Be careful. Be careful you don't miss any digits off. Right, so I'm copying that. I'm taking it over to my Rabet Wallet, and this is how I would go through it. Right, we would then add our asset, custom asset. I'd put in LSP. Bearing in mind we've already got this, okay? We've already got this one in, so I'm just showing you for demonstration. Issuer, bang, asset already added, but then we would just click add. If we want to go and have a look for another one, so let's just say, okay, we want to add, let's look for Velo. So I know that that's also on Stellar, so we click onto that one, and you can see here, right, this is the one we want because it's got 15,000 odd payments, yeah, 20,000 trades, not any of these scam ones, we want this one. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click onto this one at the top, we're clicking onto this one, and we are going to once again copy this asset issuer now that we know it's the right one. We're coming across to our Rabet Wallet. It's asking us now for our password, which we're going to put in. In fact, I think it's this password because it's the tutorial one. There we go. So we're going to add our asset, custom asset, Velo, issuer, which is the code we've just copied, forget the limit, and add. It's going to send it to the network, and it's going to charge us 100,000th of a dollar. Yeah, 100,000. So God knows what fractions of a cent that is. Okay, so okay, that's sent, and now we should see it appear. There we go. It's appeared. Okay, so we have now got these different assets in. Okay, all in our wallet. So, now that we're happy, we've set it up, we've sent some in, we've connected that trust line, we know how to do every part of that operation in this tutorial, we are now going to interact with the Lumenswap swap. Yeah, the Lumenswap has, DApp has two options, one swap, one spot. Yeah, first thing we need to do, connect our wallet. We're going to connect our Rabet. Our Rabet's connected, and you'll see because it populates your XLM with the amount in your wallet. Look, if we compare, we click onto this one, 999, look. And this is how small an amount of gas it charges for those of you that are new to Stellar. You know, this, in terms of XLM terms, right, is that we are now, this is around about 28 cents. So 28 cents for one. You know, this is like 0.28 cents, 0.028 cents, 0.0028. You get the idea. It's like, it's for each of those actions with the Stellar ledger, it's charging me hundreds of thousands of a cent, which is brilliant. And that's the reason why DeFi will be so big here on the Stellar network. Okay, so we can compare, yep, both of those balances are the same. A couple of dollars that we've got in there, last of the big spenders, but remember this is just for tutorial purposes only. Now we want to actually swap. So now that we've connected our wallet, and it's connected fine because it's showing our wallet identification there, we have a look at the two different assets, and we want to swap some XLM for some LSP. We have to maybe click around when we put in one, and it's going to give us an exchange rate. And the exchange rate that we've got is 1 LSP for 0.158 XLM. That's what the exchange rate is. That's what, the same as if you were swapping a pound for a dollar, pound for a euro. It's the exchange rate. See the little circle there? If we click onto that, it's very much the same as the circle on your mobile phone when you're doing your nice happy selfie. Click onto that, swaps it round. So now we've got 1 XLM is worth 6.32 Lumenswap tokens, LSP tokens, right? That's the ticker. So we can see that we're going to get 1, we're going to get 6 tokens. So we want to actually buy 3, right? We're last of the big spenders. We are buying ourselves nearly 19. And you will see that there will be slight differences as you go up. If we just put in 1 here, you'll see it's 633 that you would get. If you put in 10, you can see that it's still the same. 100, still the same. 1,000 starts to drop away. And then it starts, the more you put in, the more that will drop away. It's not just in multiples all of the time. You see, look at this. And we can see now that the price impact is 18%. So if I transacted, if I bought this 100,000 XLM, which is, multiples of thousands of dollars worth, then it's going to drop, right, the amount of LSP that we're going to get because the price is going to be appreciated. Does this make sense? As you go low, look, 66.3, 10, 63, 100, 633, still in the right vicinity, 1,000, 6,331, 10,000, 62,000, so it's dropping now because of the supply, and you can see the price impact is in the red just here. Price impact has gone red. If we want to buy more again, if a whale comes in, buying more, it's loading, look, it's trying to pull up the best, it's 18% pump. That would create, because it's going to create a price impact because we're buying so many. But look, it's gone from 6s to 5. So sometimes with these swaps, it's better to buy less. Small transactions, less tokens, and then you will get a better rate. It can certainly work that way. And you'll see here that we wouldn't get as many with this as we would do when we are obviously swapping at smaller multiples. So I hope that exchange rate and that demonstration is a good example for you. The last few bits that we need to understand now, we haven't got that many, so we're just going to put 3 in to execute the trade. That's fine. Right, the last few bits we need to understand is this estimated and minimum received. You can see here the price impact is less than 0.1%. Well, I'm actually pretty tight, and I don't even want that to be that high. So when we've got this 18.98 estimated and minimum received 18.96, I want to pull that tighter. So the estimated, I want it to be what we get as received. And we can just come onto this little custom tab, look, and we can take out the 1 and put a 0.1. And now you can see 18.98 estimated is going to be very, very close to the 18.98 that we get. Besides a couple of decimals further back, but basically it's going to be spot on. We can do this. Now, there are going to be times when there's going to be tokens with what we call a reflect model in them that are going to ask you to put in a certain amount of slippage. And this might be because it's going into liquidity. It might be that it's going to a charity wallet or some third-party wallet. So you might have to pay a fee per time you transact. And that goes to a third party for some other purpose. Yeah, this is, you know, the future of these kind of, a lot of meme coins and farming operations have this system in place. And I can guarantee that we will see it as well within the Stellar ledger and the Stellar family, so that you might have to put in here 5%. Yeah, and you can see now that if it's 5%, it's very much different. You're losing almost 1 LSP token, aren't you? Yeah, on that. But we're not going to do that just now because we don't need to have any of the reflect model. We're going to put 0.01. We're going to pull it dead close. So that's all you do there. You can click onto this one, or you can put your own in. And then this is the path. So this is the path that we are going to take with our token. It's going to automatically find the best route for you. And to explain this best, let's put in this token, this Velo. See if we can put this in as a custom token. See if we can find it, whether it routes it or not for us. So if we put that in, there is no asset. Okay, so let's just put in the Dogit token or something like that. Let's find another one. One that we know is there. Okay, the asset Dogit. Yep, Dogit.StellarMint. We're happy. This is the one. I'm sorry that this tutorial's running a little longer than normal, right? But I need to make sure that I deep dive all this stuff with you. So we're copying the asset issuer. We're coming across onto our swap this time. We're going to be searching for an asset, and this time we're putting Dogit in, and we're going to be hitting that. Add custom asset. Maybe that's the reason why. Sorry, I buggered it up the first time. It's a little different than Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and so on and so forth. So this time we're putting in Dogit. Yeah, issuer code, bang, and then add asset. And you can see now that we've added that asset in. Okay, we've got our Dogit, and then if we take this out, we've got, let's just say 1,000, a few more than that. Let's get into it. So we've got 8. Okay, so here we go. So now we're going to swap this. You can see that that would just go through to XLM, right? If I wanted to go into LSP, you can see that the pathway has changed. So the Dogit will go Dogit, and then it will swap, yeah, with XLM. This is all via smart contract. It will swap with XLM on its way to swapping XLM to LSP. There's a next stage. There's another step. You see the little arrows. So the Dogit will first of all turn into XRP. So that will be the first part of the trade. We don't get to see this. It's behind the scenes, smart contract, right? And then the XLM will swap into LSP. So there's 4 and 5 in these pathways, because when the liquidity is added in a certain pair, yeah, it will be added in a pair in a farm. And it might be that Dogit is with LSP, and then you've got Velo that is with USDC, right? And you are trying to swap Dogit for USDC, and it will find its way through the other assets to get to the other side. Do you see what I'm trying to describe here? If not, please put it in the comments. And what I will do is I will draw it out for you so that you can understand it better. But these pathways constantly change depending on the assets. Let's go back to what we were trying to do in the first place. XLM, right here on the top. So remember this arrow here switches the assets. One, if you want to switch top to bottom, just simply click that. We want to swap 3 of our XLM for our LSP tokens, right? And then all we do is we click swap. That's the first kind of signature that we have to do, that first click. So now if we've made a mistake, we didn't want to do that, fine, no problem, click off. If we're happy with that, swap. Okay, we look at the details, minimum received, yeah, and then I would go, hang on, that's not 18.76, I need to put in my custom. And this isn't really a biggie until you start transacting lots. Yeah, this can save you little bits here and there. So over the space of a year, you might be saying, thanks, Ben, that's a good little tip, that one. Especially if you're transacting, you're swapping lots and lots of different tokens. So now we're 1876, we're swapping. We're looking at the details, making sure everything's correct, looking at the exchange rate, and then we're confirming. We're waiting now to sign. We're looking, making sure we've got the destination. So it's my wallet. Yeah, it's the tutorial wallet. Yeah, source account is the same. Send amount 3, destination minimum 76, memo none, confirm. So when we confirm this, usually about 3 to 5 seconds later, this will then, this will normally confirm, but it's failed. Okay, so we've got it. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's a certain limit that we have to swap. Normally that would go through. So we can see there's a couple of things that we might need to do, right, if this fails. The first one, and I'm glad it did because it allows me to show you. The first one of these is we take out the decimals, yeah? So we take out all of them decimals and we just do a whole number. We know that XLM's got these, but it might be a problem that as soon as there's decimals on the token you're swapping to, it can throw a little bit of a funny move, some of these swaps. So what we're going to do is we're going to try that swap again with the 0.01. So you can see it's very, very close. Yeah, we're happy. We're going to swap. We're going to confirm. We're waiting for the signature this time. We're just going to confirm. Bang. We're going to see if it does it. So we're going to see if just removing them decimals, right, made a difference. There you go. So there's another little tip for you, okay? So sometimes just something as stupid as that makes it happen. Another thing that you can do, if it doesn't do that, is sometimes just put a little bit more slippage in. Sometimes just move it up to 0.5. Yeah, it's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a big deal, a one-off, you know, when you're just doing a little bit here. Of course, if you're doing it all the time, it's going to save you a lot of money. But always try and, you know, have as low a slippage as you can. If it doesn't work, then just up the slippage a little bit more because some of the tokens are a little bit more sensitive than others. So we can do that, and once again, we can try and put that swap through, and that swap will go. As soon as we've done that, guys, then we have the new balance of the LSP that we have bought showing in our little box here, which is wonderful. And also it will correlate in our wallet. When we look down here, you can see we've also got 18. So that 18 that we swapped is now showing in the balance there. Our balance of XLM's gone down. Yeah, our balance is showing there. Happy days, we're secure now. We can come onto here, we can disconnect our wallet. That's all disconnected now. So what you've done now is you've broken the connection between the Lumenswap swap and the Web3 wallet. So like I say, I apologize we've run to 22 minutes on this video, but I really wanted to give you a deep dive into understanding the full functionalities of the Rabet Wallet, understanding the full functionalities of the swap, looking at a few problems, problem solving, and like I say, I'm sincerely hoping that this can create a frictionless experience for you here in the Lumenswap community. If you haven't already done so, can you please do me a favor and can you join our community? It's really important you support us on Twitter. It's really important that you support us on our Telegram and talk to other people about what we're trying to do. And finally, if you subscribe and like these videos and always drop me a comment underneath, you know, that kind of makes it worthwhile in me actually completing these for you. Cheers, everyone. I look forward to joining you in the next video where I'm going to teach you how you can bring funds from Ethereum network over into the Stellar network, and then we can start utilizing those to be buying tokens, etc. here. Cheers, all the best, and I'll speak to you soon.